What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Not Influence Show. We're recording here at Alpine Ford on Highway 50 in Pueblo, Colorado. If you're in the market for a newer pre-owned vehicle, come see one of our amazing sales team members, and they'll get you sorted out. Shout out to the ownership and management team of Alpine Ford for giving me the opportunity to record this show here in my office. Definitely appreciate them. It's been a while since I've recorded an episode, just been busy with work at the track, and life. But my special guest today has pushed me to break the mics out. We've got some stuff to talk about. So help me welcome Ashley Anton. What's up, Ashley?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for inviting me.
What do you mean inviting you? This is your show.
Yeah, but this was your idea for me to get back into the swing of it, right?
That's true. We're all ready to hear what you got to say
What
about last season.
Oh, man. Last season was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm. Front side races didn't do quite like I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
At no fault of the track or the people helping. I think that there were some racers that just chose not to participate for one reason or another. And so Friday nights made it hard. Doing the Rocky Mountain Streetcar Series, we tried to do 4 of them. 2 of them were on Friday nights, 2 on Saturday. The Saturday ones were definitely better than the Friday night ones. We had to cancel one of the Friday night ones because there was not enough sign-ups, so that sucked. But we're going to try it again next year, do at least 2 of them. You going to help?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Good.
Why do you think people didn't show up?
Because they're lame.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just joking. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, the track is good. People go plenty of fast at Pueblo.
Mm-hmm.
Most people's personal best ET and mile per hour in Colorado is in Pueblo. So, not sure. Maybe they were broke. Maybe it was, I'm sure the Friday night thing made it hard for people from up north, but
I really feel like a lot of people broke their cars this season.
Definitely. Yeah, there was a lot of people broke, both people who race on the front side and the back side.
I think we're all trying to be a lot faster than we were the season before.
Yep.
Lots of people breaking.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we're giving them the opportunity to race the kind of races they want to race, front side, back side, test and tune.
Bracket racing.
We
got some good bracket racers in Colorado.
Absolutely.
They take it serious, too.
Absolutely, they do.
Yep. You like bracket racing?
I mean, that's where it all started, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always exciting to see the guess game of how fast your car is going to go and the excitement of who wins, who turns on the light.
Yeah. Your mom was a pretty good bracket racer too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And raced at Pueblo.
Oh, yeah.
And worked at Pueblo for people who don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's why I don't mind helping with all the races, traveling to Pueblo every race to help out.
Mm-hmm. You're the boss.
I'm not the boss.
I can't tell, but
I don't think anybody can tell, actually.
I can't tell that you're not. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying I don't think anybody else can either.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Somebody's got to keep you in line.
So what's going on with, Wind City No Prep, your deal that you do up in Bar Nunn, just outside of Casper? How was last season?
It was good. We are a different atmosphere than Pueblo. We're more of a street racing. It's just on a street. The town of Bar Nunn lets us host these on. Kind of gives the racers a different surface to race on. Gives the community something to watch. Gives people an opportunity to come win some money.
Mm-hmm. It's always a good time, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And how did last season go as far as the races?
Good. We only had one mishap last race,
Right.
but I think it's all worked out. Everybody won quite a bit of money last season,
Yep.
and I haven't heard any complaints.
Me either. Yeah, and at least that mishap was the last race and the last race of the last race. So it ended on a pretty good thing, I think, But I always have a good time,
It's fun.
especially when you let me help, boss me around. And
Mm-hmm. No, you don't. You don't like me bossing you around.
I still don't know who Dave is.
Damn it, Dave.
Do you? 'Cause I don't.
I couldn't pick him out of a crowd. No.
That guy got me in trouble.
Yes, you did.
But so, yeah, what's 2026 looking like for Bar Nunn?
So we have some safety situations we're looking into. Just there was an accident in Oklahoma that kind of has made us really think about the safety of the spectators. And so I meet with the Bar Nunn Town Council in a couple weeks to see about concrete barriers being put up. If we can't get probably 400 feet of concrete barriers, we're just not going to do the race. It's not. These cars are no joke. They're fast, and every season these guys are getting faster and faster. So thank the good Lord above we haven't had an accident, but we are going to prepare ourselves
Mm-hmm.
as much as we can for any kind of situation like that to arise.
And so the main thing is you want to have barriers down the left lane no matter what, right?
Yes.
Right.
That's the only side we put the barrier or the spectators on, so we want to make sure they're taken care of.
Have you got any pricing on barriers yet?
We have. So I'm looking at probably having some companies see if they want to basically sponsor a barrier for a couple $100.
Right.
We do need 40 barriers. And with that, they'll probably we'll make them a banner. They could provide a banner, hang them on there, and just make it safe.
Mm-hmm. That'd be good. So if anybody out there is listening and they want to sponsor a barrier, they can just reach out to you and you can get them sorted out.
Yes.
Cool. That'd be good.
Mm-hmm. What season 2026 looking like for Steel City?
Well, we're going to combine Grocery Getter and Street Dogs to be one class. That's for sure. And if somebody fit either one of those classes, they don't have to worry. They're still going to be able to race. There'll probably be some things that loosen up a little bit that'll make the people who have typically and historically raced in Grocery Getter a little happier. There'll be some stuff that they can now have that they haven't historically been able to have.
Street Dogs was hard last time.
Yeah.
It was hard. We gave the opportunity to kind of break that up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't work out.
Nope.
I don't think we even... The car count had to be at 16. I don't think we even halved that.
Never.
Each one. But
we're going to add a NA small tire class to, run in, same rules that you guys have at Bar Nunn. So hopefully that provides people who race in the NA small tire class in Casper and Pueblo, gives them another place to go race, same type of racing. Of course, we're going to have small tire and limited street back. Both of those classes, two of the biggest classes that run and two of the most competitive classes. We're going to try and limit it at least for the first race. There'll be some stipulations on how many cars in order for it to continue on. But for the first race, Matt asked me to give it one more chance and said that he would help push some big tire guys to come. We'll see what happens. We've been pushing for big tires to come for the last 4 years, this being the 5th year of doing Steel City.
Why do you think big tires kind of fading away?
In my opinion, big tire has been fading away the last 9 years that I've been involved. Maybe a little less so when Bandamere was open for PSCA and stuff like that, but it really wasn't big tire. It was, classes that PSCA runs. But even when Willie was running Colorado Street Outlaws in Pueblo and I was involved with some of what was going on with that, big tire typically wasn't very many cars in that class either. And then anything that we've done like Green Light Media, The List, or Red, White, and Blue, or Family Feud events that we were doing, big tire's never really been very big. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely still a lot of big tire cars in Colorado and Wyoming that you would think would come out and race, but maybe they don't want none of that no prep action. I don't know. But
on that subject, I do have a lot of people asking me about a big tire or unlimited class up in Bar Nunn. It's just not going to happen. We're not a track with a mile shutdown area. We're on a road that's it's an off-ramp to the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not confident enough with those big tire cars that they'll have enough shutdown, and I just don't need that kind of liability. These small tire cars are fast enough and having a hard enough time slowing down before they get to the end that we just don't need that accident. So
I agree. I know how much you got there, and I don't think it's wise to have a big tire class there.
Maybe if we had another 500 feet, but we don't.
Maybe. And it's kind of another tricky part about Bar Nunn, unless somebody wants to step up and do some sponsorship, is you guys are kind of confined into daylight hours too. So, you have to run classes that make sense for the whole program as far as getting done before dark. And, so you have to be real careful the classes that you add. So if you were to add a big tire class because there's one or two guys that really want it, there's one or two that really want it in Pueblo, but they're typically the only two that ever show up.
Mm-hmm.
So then we ended up letting small tire double enter into big tire for that to happen. And sometimes the risk outweighs the reward of adding a bunch of classes when even on Steel City, because I always worry that it's just difficult to do cleanups down there.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been fortunate that we really haven't had a lot of oil downs. You guys have been fortunate with that too. So
I'm glad our tech guys are good and watching for cars that are leaking and all of that. Mm-hmm. I hate telling people they can't race, but there has been a couple cars that have come, and I've had to tell them I can't race because I don't want to
lose the day over it. Yeah, for sure.
We don't need Danny out there with a cloth cleaning the road.
Nope, that wouldn't be good.
No, that'd take all day.
Yep, for sure. So, I guess we'll try unlimited at Pueblo just because, our setup is a little different. We have a little more shutdown than what you do, and we'll go from there. The plan at the moment is to not allow double entry this year, make big tires stand on its own or get rid of it, basically. The season 1 of Steel City 5 years ago, you couldn't double enter. Season 2, we allowed it just to save that class in the effort to be cool to the big tire guys that were asking for it. So, yeah, we'll see if it stands on its own. And if it does, cool, I'm all for it. If it doesn't, I'm going to get rid of it for sure.
So it's really just up to the racers.
Mm-hmm. It's always up to the racers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited about it. We're only going to do 3 regular races this year on the backside. Steel City No Prep 2026. And then we'll do the survival race. I've got the dates somewhere around here. I don't know.
And so with that, we're just going to kind of partner up, right, this year, 2026. So with that, we're going to kind of go through the rules, and track and street are a little different, so the rules will be a little different. But if you're a winner, you got Steel City to compete in, you got Bar Nunn to compete in, and that'll help get your invite to survival.
Yep. So the NA small tire class, that one's going to be easy because we're just going to mimic your rules. Small tire is pretty much the same already. And then you guys run a class real street, right? And then
we just
street tire. So we'll just have to see how they fit the rules for Steel City. We can work our way through that. But even if it doesn't fall in place at all the classes, I'm sure NA small tire and small tire will. So if they win a race at Pueblo at Steel City No Prep, or they win a race in Bar Nunn, they'll be invited to the survival race, which is bigger payouts. Small tire pays $10,000, and maybe even more next year. We'll see how it goes. But and it's, it just gives you more opportunities to get in that. So let's say you're in small tire and you've been struggling in Bar Nunn, because you guys are going to do hopefully 3 races as well, right?
We are.
So let's say I'm racing small tire, and the first 2 races I sucked. There could be an opportunity for me to come down to Pueblo and do well, and then still get into the survival race, or vice versa. I could be sucking in Pueblo and then come up to Bar Nunn and do good, and then still get into that race to race for some big money. And not only do we give out big money at that race, we don't typically do big checks at every race. You guys do, which is really cool, but we keep the big checks, a trophy, and then a gold card for the survival race. And a gold card just means that if you win the survival race, not only do you get the money, the trophy, a big check, you get free entry into that class the next season for those races.
It's a pretty good deal.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good season all the way around.
Me too. I think these racers are getting faster. They're chasing money. So we're giving you races. We're giving you Colorado track. We're giving you Wyoming. Other tracks are closing around us. Douglas is shut down. Vandermeer is shut down. And last year alone in Bar Nunn, we gave over $17,000 away to our winners and runner-up. So why would you not come take a chance?
Absolutely.
How much did you give away with Steel City?
I think we were just under 50,000 if you count the regular season races and the survival race all together. Just under 50,000.
That's a lot of money.
Thanks to the sponsors
Absolutely.
from both races, and the racers that participate. Because without racers participating, without sponsors, it's not going to happen. My hope, though, is 2026 for both races, that we can keep a good flow of cars going down the street, down the track, whatever, down the backside, so that spectators can stay involved and engaged. Because when there's a bunch of downtime in between classes, as a spectator, you start to get turned off. Like, there was recently a race in Vegas, and all of my close friends that were there, the complaint they came back with was downtime in between classes. So if you're a racer and you went to a race somewhere as a spectator and you felt that, imagine when you're the racer in the car and you or Michelle or Rachel or Jasmine are saying, hey, it's time to come up, and you're not doing what you need to do to get up there. Remember that when you went and spectated somewhere else, the thing you didn't like was the downtime between the classes, because without spectators, it's real quick to kill a series altogether.
Absolutely.
So,
And in between rounds, I know Steel City, if you don't enter a class, you can't come grudge. So in between, we allow grudge passes. So utilizing that time to keep the spectators engaged. In Bar Nunn, we do let cars come and just make some fun passes. And seems to keep everybody rolling.
Yep. And, I've tossed that idea around some too, but it's, we do it a little different. Obviously, at Steel City, the only way you're going to make grudge passes or test passes is if you enter a class and then you fall out of competition because you lost, or if you broke and you had to miss it, but you get it fixed, you can still come up and make passes during, after first round, we open up grudge and people can come up and make passes. But this year, a lot of people didn't take advantage of that, it seems like to me.
I feel like that too, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then it was like almost, semifinals, finals, and then people are wanting to make passes, and it's like, why have you not been doing that the whole time?
Yeah.
So let's see if I can find these. Are you ready to announce your dates?
If you've got them, go right ahead.
I'm looking.
Young lady.
It's been a while since you sent me.
I know.
We've been talking about this for a long time.
I know. It's not like I don't text you a whole lot either, so I'm sure you got to go pretty far back to find it.
Every minute of every day.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to it. All right. My dates are very tentative. This really depends on the Bar Nunn Town Council. They do a couple of things every summer. They have a town garage sale. We had to cancel our race last year because kind of overlapped. They also do a Bar Nunn car show every single year. And so those dates, the barriers, I have to go meet with the town council. Not excited about it, but they're really nice. So my dates would be June 20th, August 1st, and September 12th. You want your dates?
You can tell them.
Oh, I can tell them?
Sure. You helped me lock them up. So.
Okay. Steel City, first race would be May 30th. Second, July 18th. August 22nd. And then survival race would be September 26th.
Mm-hmm. So the first one is May 30th, is that what you said?
May 30th.
It's going to be a pretty good weekend, huh? I think we're doing something the night before, right?
Oh, yeah. My side chick, Morgan Wallen.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun. So...
Are you going to do a test day before that?
Yeah. I'm hoping to do one like March, April, something like that. Would be cool. If everything works out, if the weather works out. It's just not... Usually we do one in December as well, and I don't really see that happening this year. Just, with the way the season ended and then just different things that have been going on, and now we're so close to Christmas already and have a lot to do between now and then, that we'll probably just wait till March or April and do a test day then.
You're going to get Joe, Barry, Joey, get the rules set up.
Mm-hmm.
When's that coming?
We'll probably meet early next month, being honest. I mean, we got to get through the same thing about, I just said about the test day deal. We're so close to the holidays now, and they're so busy. You know, they've recently opened up another business that Joey and Joe and Michelle and Joey's girlfriend Kimberly are all very involved in. They've got a Tom's Traveling Coffee truck. And, but early January, we'll sit down, figure out what we're doing about combining those two classes, and then just get everything written out. And then I'll probably have Joe and Joey and Evan come in, and then we'll do an episode talking about Steel City rules and whatever as well. They're
Sounds
gonna
great.
they're gonna be whatever they are.
Absolutely.
Whatever they come up with. I don't make the rules. I just kind of give a little input, and then we all agree, and then we go. And I think that the way we've done it has worked for going on 5 years now. So, I get a lot of input from the sidelines about should do this, should do that, should let me make the rules, should let him make the rules, whatever. And I don't see any reason to.
Don't you just love that?
Yeah.
It's so easy to sit on the sidelines and say that. And
I don't see any reason to fix something that's not broken.
no, absolutely not.
So, but yeah, and then I need to get the dates together for the front side deal, the Rocky Mountain Streetcar Series. I was pretty excited about that. The first episode of this show was with your brother, Joey. And that's when I first started talking about doing that front side series. And, myself, him, and a lot of other people, Matt, Joe, we all thought that series was going to do pretty well, since people who race prepped front side type racing were looking for a place to race, and we had a class for just about anybody. And the biggest,
I remember working the first one. It was busy.
Yeah. The biggest classes were the index classes and the import classes. PFI Speedfest, Brent and Jamie and their whole crew, and everybody that all the import racers showed the biggest support to that series by far, which was cool. We kind of used their rules a little bit, switched them a little bit for a couple of the import classes anyway. They do 2 races at Pueblo every year now too, PFI Speedfest, one in the spring and one later in the summer. And Jamie just called me the other day, and they want to get their dates locked in for 2026. So hopefully soon we'll be able to announce those dates too. Another thing I'm looking forward to for 2026 is Matt is bringing back Rocky Mountain Race Week to the Rocky Mountains. So
That'll be fun.
it's going to start in Great Bend. We're going to have 2 days of racing in Pueblo, Kearney, Nebraska. It's cool that he's going back there too, because Joe and Nicole Roach, that are the managers of Kearney, I really like them. They're good friends of mine, and they do a great job in Kearney. I love Kearney. I love Great Bend too. So we'll see. I'm hoping that I'll take my truck and do it, but I've been hoping that for the last 4 years since the last time I did it. So we'll see. But I'm also hoping Matt does Rocky Mountain Race Weekend again. You and I did like a race weekender in a Mustang that Alpine Ford let me take.
That thing was bad.
Yeah. It was fun too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just doing, not even, it'd be a lot funner if we were racing. Maybe we get your car done. Take your car on Rocky Mountain Race Weekend.
Oh. Man, no.
Why not?
My car's going to be... I'm too busy working these races to do that. And that race weekend was no joke. It was only a weekend. That was the first time I've ever done one of those. Hats off to those people who can travel to every track, race, and drive. And we were in a car with a heater, AC, comfy.
Nice
Couldn't
stereo.
imagine traveling in some of those. That's cool.
Yeah. It's fun, for
It is
sure. One thing I'm pretty proud of is the amount of sponsorship and support that both of our races have received since we started doing them,
Absolutely. You can't do this without the support of the community, the spectators, absolutely the sponsors. It really does take a team of people that see a vision and love for the passion of everything that we're doing and support that. Without the sponsorship money, the sponsors coming out and getting the word out, we don't have an event.
Right. Definitely. And both races have had sponsors that have sponsored,
Every single race.
They renew every race or every year. And each year or each race, it seems like you've picked up some sponsors that you didn't have previously, and Steel City has done so too. And it's cool because a couple of the sponsors are companies owned by people who race. So like even at the last Steel City, the survival race, one of the racers who's been a sponsor said, "Hey man, I'm in for next year again,"
That's so cool.
And both places can definitely use some sponsorship in 2026 just to make the program even better. Right now, sponsorship for Bar Nunn is pretty vital because, if you can do the math, you're asking for 200 a barrier and you need 40 of them. So, anybody listening can do the math and figure out what that is. So, Cricket Hat Productions will sponsor a couple of them.
You do enough sponsorship by coming up and helping me work.
When you let me do something. But, the other thing too, right, is in addition to the sponsors, the people who work the races volunteer or do it for next to nothing. These races don't happen without them either. Like, Joe Barry getting up there and flagging all day is a big deal.
I couldn't do that.
And, he's very passionate about doing it. And he does a great job. And, his calls are always fair. He doesn't pick favorites. Does he have friends? Of course he does. I have friends too, but it doesn't mean that I have friends that I root for to win. But those dudes never would ever let me do anything to make that happen. They're going to get it on their own. Same thing with Joe. Joe has people that he's going to cheer for in his mind for sure. Why wouldn't he?
Absolutely.
But, and then Joey, his son, and Evan on the starting line all day, filming for Tire Crack.
Those videos have come very handy.
They do a great job.
And the finish line.
Finish line, guys from the track to do the finish line. Those videos all help. And then you and Jasmine and Michelle and Rachel herding cats all day.
Oh, man, that ain't easy.
With me breathing down y'all's neck, like, where are these racers at?
Yeah.
So, but of course, y'all's job is probably the hardest job of the whole thing. Because your component is dealing with people and getting them to do something that they may not be ready to do or don't want to do at that moment or whatever. So you guys have the hardest job of all of us. I pretty much just run around and run my mouth. So
that's true.
I know.
That's accurate.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and you've got some people that have been helping up at Bar Nunn, like Stephanie and her husband, and Erica helping with the spectator table, and Lacey with the T-shirt table and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely couldn't do it without all the volunteers. And the main thing is racers. If we don't have racers, we don't have a show.
Absolutely.
So I feel like with all the classes that we put on, all the races that we put on, and all the tracks closing, look up Steel City No Prep and Wind City No Prep. Jump on board if you got a car.
For sure. Well, I think we've covered just about everything that we wanted to talk about, right?
I feel like that.
Yeah. So, Again, I just want to thank Alpine Ford, management team, and the ownership for letting us record this episode here. I want to thank Ashley, my beautiful guest, for coming on and pushing me to start doing these again. All the racers that have sent in a request to come on the show, I'm looking forward to having you sometime here in 2026. Going to get back to doing at least one a month or two a month or something. But thanks for listening. Thank you, Ashley, for coming on and pushing me.
You're welcome.